Yes, that's Finn Wolfhard. No, that isn't Millie Bobby Brown. And yes, yet again, Stranger Things has inspired a whole slew of new movies and trailers, including the super 80s Wonder Woman 1984. If you watched the first 15 seconds of the trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife and were convinced you were watching an ad for a Stranger Things feature movie, then this video is 100% for you. Hi, I'm Peter. You're watching Awesome Movies, and let's talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife. I promise you, it'll be worth it. So, first of all, why are we seeing so much inspiration from Stranger Things yet again? What is it about the spirit of the 80s that we love so much? Even if you were born in the 2000s, even if you grew up not watching 80s movies, many people still feel a kinship and a love for the era and seem to truly understand its spirit. But why? What was so special about that decade? Why do people feel such nostalgia for it? Here's our theory. The thing is, there was something about the movies of the 80s that kind of set off the sci-fi and horror genre as we understand it nowadays. And one of the easiest ways to see why is to dive straight into the films that became the canon of that age. People still write storylines using those formulas created 40 years ago because they still work. So, voila! And this is clearly something that the scriptwriter and director of Ghostbusters Afterlife understands implicitly and uses as the basis for their movie-making tools. And who would that be? Well, none other than Jason Reitman, son of Ivan Reitman, the man who brought us the original Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Pretty positive news, right? I know, we can't have great expectations about the movie just because of his pedigree, but here's what makes me excited. Jason Reitman has already directed and produced some really great movies. Seriously, have you ever heard of a little indie comedy called Juno? The one with Ellen Page, Michael Cera, Jennifer Garner, and Jason Bateman. Or how about the Oscar-nominated Up in the Air, with George Clooney, Vera Farmiga, and Jason Bateman once again? If you haven't, then go and watch both of these movies right now, because they're simply great. That Reitman is the director behind Ghostbusters Afterlife is really encouraging for me, as is the cast and the atmosphere on set. So, what about the movie's plot? What's it gonna be about? A single mum and her two kids are trying to start a new life after moving to a small town and settling down in the creepy house of their late grandfather. Which, given the Ghostbusters universe, doesn't exactly sound like a smart idea, right? I mean, when has settling down in an oldish, creepy building ever ended well? But this time the danger is not about the house, but about the town in general, which is revealed to be terrorized by some mysterious earthquakes. And since the movie is called Ghostbusters, we can picture exactly who, or better to say what, is behind those quakes. The kids discover the unexpected truth about their grandfather. 30 years ago, he was none other than badass Ghostbuster and scientist Egon from the original movie. Yeah, we know this because the kids also find that retro Ecto-1, which adds even more nostalgia to this movie. So far, it looks like Afterlife will be a really cool mix of Ghostbusters and the Goonies, or, to make it more contemporary for our Gen Z audience, a mix of Ghostbusters and Stranger Things. I don't know about you guys, but we here at Awesome Channel are dying to see it in theaters, because the 80s are back, yet again. And no one should miss out on that, that's for sure. Thanks for watching this video, subscribe to our channel, and, as always, stay awesome.